We've got to take this work to the next level and tie all our different programs together in a single coordinated strategy. And that's what this initiative is about. Our diplomats and development experts are hard at work. We're making it clear to any country that's our partner or wants to be our partner that they need to get serious about increasing the number of girls in school. We are looking for every opportunity to put our partnerships with NGOs and businesses and foundations to work every day on behalf of girls everywhere.
Let's begin by noting that whether you care for President Barack Obama or not, every president, every one, has done something laudable during their time in office. It might take a microscope to find it. In the case of this president, we may have to task the Hubble telescope with a mission looking back at the White House armed with plenty of investigative and translation tools. But every president thus far has, during his tenure, done something of a humanitarian nature that needs to be done. It's really what America is all about, being at many times the only country in the world with the desire, the will, and let's not forget the money to get it done. It's entertaining, but not very funny at all when we talk about such matters and hear the bleating of other countries as to how they intend to be a part of the helping effort. Falls far too often on deaf ears as they short shrift the dollar side of things and always know America will print more cash to make it happen. In this case, the president and the first lady were announcing back in March what they called the Let Girls Learn initiative, a laudable effort to focus on the facet of so many societies that is persecuted, insulted, beaten, diminished, and used as monetary chattel, the likes of trading cows for dowries. Around the world today, young girls are being kept from education by the millions, denied any real chance at taking even the smallest step forward to becoming a productive member of society. Most often, it's the evil and despicable men in their societies that ensure they are kept illiterate, pregnant, and in line. So let us not deny the importance of something like this. However, we need to take a step back and consider something just as important, maybe even more so. When the president and his government, any American government, makes the conscious decision to spend $70 million on the issue, to send that amount of money and sometimes much more to overseas countries and organizations, many of whom are backed and racked with corruption and credible thieves who will steal a penny from a blind man at the drop of a hat, we're forced to ask ourselves why. Why this money is not being first used to fix the myriad of problems we have here in America that all too often leave our own kids here far behind other developed nations in education, boys and girls alike.
In 2009, a series of articles cast doubt on dramatic improvements in scores on standardized testing. A 2011 investigation revealed the scope of the cheating was massive. 178 educators, including 38 principals, were implicated from 44 elementary and middle schools.
The recent Atlanta teacher scandal and convictions, just one facet of our nightmare in education. Criminal educators jobbing the system for their own greedy purposes and in the process figuratively defecating on the kids they're supposed to be serving. Teachers' unions allowing these vermin to get within arm's length of our next generation. And then we have schools falling apart across America. Substandard books and a lack of any real electronic means to keep up in a never-changing world. Whiny politicians and their lemmings who cry about kids taking too many tests and having to do homework. I could go on for hours here and still have room for more. Point being, the U.S. is a pauper when it comes to the wealth of educating our kids, American kids. We're not getting any better, from the inner city to colleges populated with liberal-leaning sycophants who decide they know better than history. We understand the need to help others, but should we not be caring for our own first? Should we not be demanding the rest of the world do their part as well? And are we simply too corrupt, too ignorant to understand that every dime we spend overseas is one less that goes to making our kids smarter? Kids who may one day save the world, at the very least, grow to be governmental leaders who aren't more concerned with their bloated egos. Spend the money here first. That's my opinion, telling it like it is. Rock on, true believers. See you next time on The Hard Line.